This is the Geometry Non-Calculator Set A sheet. So make sure you have this sheet to hand. Make sure you're looking at this particular sheet, and let's get started with this. So really important here in the first sheet, make sure you're looking at the question and you read the question very, very carefully. So the question says, work out the surface area of the cuboid. What I'm going to do is I'm going to label up the three sides of the cuboid I could see, A, B, and C. You could put those anywhere, but you just need to work out the area of those three sides and then double it, because the other three sides are exactly the same, but you can't see them, right? So I'm going to work out the area of A, which is 10 times 5, 50. B is going to be 10 times this distance over here, which is 2. 10 times 2 is 20. And on this side, it's C is going to be 5 times 2, which is 10. If I add those together, I'm going to get 80. Once I double it, 160 centimeters squared is the surface area of this cuboid. Make sure you put the units. Make sure you understand that the units is centimeters squared because it's an area. Question 2. Find the volume of this prism. State the units. I know that because it's a volume and all the units are in centimeters, this is going to be centimeters squared. I need to work out the area of this triangle at the front. To work out this area of the triangle, I need to do half base times height. So half of 6 times 10. 6 times 10 is 60. Half of that is 30. I need to times it by how far back it goes. 30 times 20. 3 times 2 is 6. Add 2 zeros on. 600 centimeter cubed is my answer here. Question 3. The diagram shows part of a 10-sided polygon. There are 10 sides to this polygon. Work out the size of the angle x. X is an interior angle, but you should know to work out the exterior angle of a polygon, it's 360 divided by the number of sides, so that's 36 there. So the exterior angle is that angle on the outside there, right? If the exterior angle is 36, that means that the interior angle, they both add up to 180, so the interior angle is going to be 180, take away 36, which is 144. This is a very popular type question. They're not exactly like this, but it's these two facts are used in these questions. So you understanding or knowing this would help you answer a whole exam question and get a fair few marks. Question 4. Angles in parallel lines. This always comes up, and this question has many, many parts to it. So first of all, I need to work out this angle over here. That angle there is, because angles in a straight line add up to 180. 180 take away 110 is 70. So that angle there is 70. This angle up here is also going to be 70 because this is an isosceles triangle and the base angles in an isosceles triangle are equal. If I know these two angles inside the triangle, I can work out the third because the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. So 180 take away 2 lots of 70, that gives me 40, so this angle here is 40. Now I remember my aim was to work out x, and I'm right almost there, because if I draw a Z shape here, right, that Z shape means that if that's 40, x is also going to be 40, and the reason I need to give x is 40 is that alternate angles. These are alternate angles because they're parallel lines. These two are alternate angles inside the Z shape, and alternate angles are equal. Question 5. Always start off this, and you know how we do it. X and Y, I write down the coordinates one under the other, add them up. 1 plus 5 is 6, 2 plus 6 is 8, and then half them both, and this gives me 3, 4 in brackets. Write it as a coordinate. Make sure you do that, please. Question 6. This is a circle theorem, and this here, ABCD, is a four-sided shape inside a circle. It's a cyclic quad. But one of the rules that you need to remember is opposite angles in a cyclic quad. So this angle here, x, at 125, opposite angles add up to 180. You need to learn that fact and make sure you can apply it. Because if x add 125 is 180, 180 take away 125 will give you what x is, which is 55. The other fact that you need to know is that the angle at the center is double the angle at the circumference. So if x is 55, y is going to be twice that. 2 lots of 55 is 110. Okay, make sure you are comfortable with that and can do it. This is a popular exam question as well. Question 8. Find the circumference of this circle. Leave your answer or give your answer in terms of pi. Remember, cherry pie is delicious. And from this question, we've been given the radius is 12.5. If we know the radius is 12.5, that means the diameter is 25. So C is equal to pi times D, pi times 25. We just write that as 25 pi centimeters, and that's my answer. Okay, make sure you're very, very comfortable with this. These are easy marks. Find the area of the circle in this case. So I know the area, apple pie is R2, area is pi r squared. The diameter is 14, the radius is 7, so area is going to be pi times 7 squared. 7 squared is 49, so that's 49 pi centimeters squared. Okay, make sure you're comfortable with that, and you can do it. Question 10. Write down the transformation that maps A to B. It's going to be a translation, so we have to write that word down. Pick two corresponding corners, right, and we're going to use that to help us determine the translation vector. Now, the corners need to be the same place on both shapes. In this case, remember, you always go along the corridor, up the stairs first, but in this case, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3 to the right, sorry, to the left even, which means it's -3, and then I'm going to go 2 up, which means it's +2. Right, so that's my translation vector. A lot of people are confused by that. Make sure you understand it completely and you can do it. Question 11. Find the volume of the compound shape. So I need to split it here. A lot of people are happy with that. We're going to work out the area of the front. Area of the front, that there is 9, that there is 10. So 9 times 10 is 90. This one here, I don't know what that distance is, but I know it's 17 all the way across and it's 9 over there. So 17 take away 9 is 8. That distance there is going to be 8. And this distance here is 7. So 8 times 7, 56. I'm going to add 90 and 56 to work out the area of the front. 90 plus 56, that's 146. And because the whole shape goes 10 back, right, 146 times 10 is 1,460 centimeter cubed. And that's my result. That's my answer. Okay, looking at question 12. Reflect a triangle using the mirror line y is equal to 4. Go to the y-axis. There's the y-axis. Find 4 on the y-axis and now draw a horizontal line through it. That is the line y is equal to 4. Now we're going to reflect this shape along this line. So it's going to be flipped and it's going to be 1 square above. So it's going to go there, right? And if I draw it in, there it is. And that's my answer. Reflect the triangle using the mirror line x equals 5. X equals 5 is over here. So that's the x-axis. 5 is over there. Draw my line through that. That's x equals 5. I'm going to reflect this triangle along this line. So it's going to be flipped over as well. And it's going to be 2 squares away on the other side. So it's going to be over there. Okay, again, make sure you're really comfortable with that. That's the answer to part of question 13. Question 14. Enlarge the triangle by scale factor 2. The center of enlargement is 0, 0. So the center of enlargement is down here, 0, 0. And so I need to go 3 units across and 1 unit up to get to this tip of my triangle. If the scale factor is 2, I'm going to do that twice from the center of enlargement. So once, twice. So my new triangle is going to start off there and be twice as large. So this bit here is 2, so it's going to go 4 up and 2 across. So here's my new triangle, and think about it. It's going to be double the height and the base is going to be doubled as well. Have a think about what I've done. That was just 3 across, 1 up. So I'm going to double that, but we'll do it twice. 3 across, 1 up, 3 across, 1 up. That takes me to there, and that's my new shape. Now, make sure you're very comfortable with this. Make sure you understand it completely, and make sure you can do this yourself if necessary. Do go over it, rewind, pause. Make sure you can take your time and do it. Don't just copy them down.